Yeah, so you guys can, anyone who would love to take the podium up, you guys can take.
Right. We'll just be sharing our presentation. But just before that, I'd just like to ask, like, how is everyone and how's everyone doing and how's the prep going for everyone? This is where the nervousness starts to kick in a bit. And I mean, we've all been fellow aspirants. So yeah, just wanted to know, like, how are you guys doing? Like, I don't know if you guys can talk or if you can use the chat, but
Yes, they can
yeah.
talk, they can talk, they can unmute themselves up at any point of time.
Okay, sure. If anyone wants to take up or if you're not comfortable, you can even use the chat. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Mansi?
Yes, the nervousness is kicking in.
Okay. So Sonak is saying the nervousness has started to kick in. है What about others? Come on, guys. They will be like कि CATWay में बच्चे पढ़ ही नहीं रहे, nervousness उनको होता ही नहीं है. You know? Tamanna, would you love to share your experience?
Yeah, sir. I mean, you're correct. The nervousness is kicking in now, and then we're all just hoping that whatever prep that we do will get good results.
Anyone?
Don't worry about it at all, guys. We were at your position last year. We exactly know how you guys feel. But trust me, trust the process, it's gonna be fine. All of us are here to help you.
And guys, if possible, please turn on your videos. Yeah. All right, let's start. Okay.
Right. So thank you so much, sir, first of all, for making this happen. And thank you so much to everyone who turned up. And a special thanks to everyone who has their videos on. It really means a lot. So yes, we're just here to have a discussion, a formal discussion about just SNAP in general, SCMHRD, how we're as a college and what we stand for, and how you can basically come into this college. So we were in your exact position, about, no, I would even say a year ago, right? So that's how fast, quote unquote, your life changes. So you need to be on the lookout for that, and you just need to have confidence in yourself, and the rest will follow. So don't worry about that, guys. So moving on about what SCMHRD is and what we really stand for. So can I have the next slide, please? Can I have the next slide, please? Thank you so much. Right. So talking about our college, so we have 30 plus years of excellence, right? So we've been in the game for about 3 decades now, over 3 decades. And our record is there to talk about itself. And then it is backed by international accreditation, right? So we have the AACSB, the NBA accreditation for quality education. Then if we talk about specializations, we have a lot of specializations. So of course, we offer human resources. There's finance, there's sales and marketing, there's operations, and then we have two separate courses for business analytics as well as IDM, which stands for infrastructure development and management. So we offer a wide range of specializations. And then, of course, our industry connect is something that we're very proud of. So, all of our alumni network, which helps foster the student success, which comes in every year. So, yeah. Right. So talking about the batch profile, this is something that everyone is interested in, right? So what is the ratio? How many people are from WorkX? How many people are freshers? So just to take the first burning question, right? I'll just like to say that more than 50%, right? Or almost 50% of our batch is freshers, right? And the rest are our WorkX from different times, right? So 1 to 11 months, 12 to 23. 24 to 35 plus 26 months, right? And then we are also from different work experience. So as you can see that, right? So we're from consulting, e-commerce. So basically, it's like everyone, everything, everywhere. So we have everything for everyone here. So right, like myself, I'm from sales and marketing, Antriksh, and then Medhansh, if you could tell your specialization.
Hey everyone, my name is Medhansh Gupta and I'm pursuing sales and marketing as well. And like Antriksh mentioned, I am a fresher. I pursued my BCom honors from St. Xavier's College.
Varushni, you?
Sure. Yeah. My name is Varushni and I'm pursuing my MBA in business analytics. Before joining MBA, I had 3 years of WorkX and my SNAP percentile is 99.9.
Right. Oh, so yeah. So same for me. I have WorkX as well for a couple of years, and I had a completely different WorkX, right? I had my WorkX in the media segment, so that's where I did my 2 years of WorkX. So we're all from different areas of work, different areas of undergraduate. So but we're here, taking courses that we felt like we would do good in. So my SNAP percentile was 99.69. So moving on, so this was about the batch profile and our core program and how is the batch profile here. And can I have the next slide? Right. So moving on. So we have our MBA Business Analytics, right? So here the minimum criteria for getting in is 2 years of work. So hence you can see the elevated average work here. So you don't have to be afraid of that because the minimum criteria is 24 months. So it's just a bit elevated. So 10 more months, you add into that. Here as well, I could tell you guys. So mostly the BTech folks here, you can see, right? So again, from different specializations, we have CSE, we have mechanical, we have triple E, we have CE, right? And then if you talk about work experience, and it's all over the place. So we're not concentrated to just one place or one sector or one kind of work. This is people from different domains coming together to do this uniform course. So we have BFSI, consulting, engineering. You can see IT, of course, it has a lead there. Because again, it's business analytics, but apart from that, even retail and e-commerce is a place, and then others includes a lot of other things, right? So
Antriksh,
yes,
just one
yes,
thing. We can do one thing. All the questions that will be asked, na, we
right.
can have this question answer session at the end of the session. That will be
Okay,
cool,
sir.
right?
Sir,
As you just want.
any
That
way
you
you
just
like it.
want.
Any way you like it, sir.
All
Like
right.
if you
So
want me to answer right now, if you
the
want me to
podium is
answer.
all yours. Whatever you want to. It's cool.
Okay.
Not an
Okay,
issue.
let's take it. Let's give both ways.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
whatever questions are coming right now, we also have a Q&A session, so we can take it later as well. But right now, so yeah, right. So moving on. Right. So I talk about IDM now. Now this is a course that that we like your focus on. So which it's called the Infrastructure Development and Management. So again, here, so we have two criteria here. So one criteria would be a 1 year of work in industry specific domain, which would be construction, energy, retail, anything that sort of fits with the IDM criteria, infrastructure development. Or you could have a BTech, BE, or BArch degree. So that's the two criteria. So you can meet either, and then you'd be eligible for the same. And here as well, it's about 14 months of work, the average work here. And again, we're from different phases, and the average age here is 26. So again, wherever we have a bit of work requirement, the average age tends to go up. But as you saw for core, it's on the lower side. It's about early 25. So that's about IDM. Moving on. Right. So yes, I did touch upon it a bit, the eligibility, but now I'll tell you for certain. So for MBA core, it's a plain and simple thing here that you need to be at least a final year graduate student with minimum 50% marks in your graduation. So that's the only eligibility that you have to meet. For IDM, as I just told you, it might seem a bit complex, but you have to see it as either or. So one would be your BTech, BR, B planning from a recognized university, or 1 year of experience in infrastructure and infrastructure related industries. So consultancy and infrastructure, energy, as I just told you, real estate, logistics, supply chain. So anything that is allied to the infrastructure industry, you can make your case there and you'd be eligible for our IDM program. And BA, again, plain and simple, you just need to have 2 years of work post your graduation. So this was the eligibility. And in terms of the question that we just had, I'd like to just address that right now. Right. So it was said that, is it difficult to navigate through MBA BA with a non-tech background? Right. So see, I understand where this question is coming from, but it's not really difficult to navigate through the business analytics program with a non-technical background, right? The only eligibility here is to have more than 2 years of work. So we, as you just saw, we have people from diverse backgrounds, right? And not just people from diverse backgrounds, they've done exceptionally well in this course. So there is nothing for you to worry. I understand where the question could be coming from, but you have nothing to worry, right? It's a really growing field, and you can only have people from different experiences here. So don't worry about that for sure. Kush, right? Yeah, for sure. So moving on, getting on to the next slide. I think we have, yes, I'd like my friends to take over now.
Perfect. Thank you, Antriksh. So this is what everyone is excited for, right? The numbers. Uh, it's one of our reasons to do an MBA to get more package. So to start off with, SCMHRD has a great package, has a great placement structure around it. It's one of the best in our structure in our clusters. So to start with, we have to talk about our final placements. Our highest CTC went to 35.9 lakh. We had an average of 21.47 lakh and a median CTC of 20 lakh. And to talk about our summer placements, which is a 2-year summer internship wherein you go to companies, do live projects and learn how the companies work. The highest stipend was 4.5 lakh, average was around 2.37 and the median was 2
Her
lakhs.
again. Did you not know? First, don't eat anything. Go and bath first.
Kiara, if you can mute, or
Kiara, if
if
you
you
can
have a
mute yourself
question.
up. If you have a question, you can ask, else your mic is unmuted. Please mute that. All right, I am muting her up.
Sure.
Yeah.
No issues. Kiara, you can type in the chat box as well if you have anything to add. Perfect. Moving on. So to talk about MBA BA, the highest package went to around 25.6 lakhs. Average was around 20.25. Median was around 20 LPA. And for the summer internships, the highest package was 3.2 lakhs. Average was 1.33 and median was 1.1. Adding on, as you can see the chat box, you can access our placement report through the link pasted in the chat box as well. And another thing to look at is if you look at the percentage of people, the top 10, 25, 50, you can see that the data is not very skewed towards a particular number. This shows that not a small amount of people get the good packages, but it is evenly distributed. The whole batch gets opportunity to sit for the good companies, right? Moving on. And lastly, to talk about IDM, which Antriksh was talking about, the highest CTC was 21 lakhs. Average was 14.17, and the median was around 13.6 lakhs. And to talk about the summer placements, the highest was 3.5 lakhs, average was 0.84 lakhs, and median stipend was around 0.6. So moving on, firstly, I would want a few more answers. I would want to just know that who here wants to work for Google? Anyone?
You should, the wrong question. You should know everyone or not.
Everyone or not? That's a great question, sir. So this is why I want to move on to the next slide. Right. So these are our list of recruiters for the last year, right? This list changes on every year, depending upon the talent, depending upon the roles which they like. And we are really proud of the recruiters which do come here. It has a lot of notable names like Google comes here, Colgate Palmolive, JPMC, Barclays. And if you want to work in the FMCG sector, we have ITC, we have HUL, we have conglomerate companies like Reliance, Aditya Birla Capital, companies in fintech like PhonePe, in online e-commerce, Flipkart. So overall, we have companies coming from all over the industry, right? And you will get the opportunity to work in your dream company here. Yeah,
So Medhansh, one request from you guys, है ना?
sure.
Once you are presenting, na, so others can look at the chat and they can comment in the chat section. You know?
Perfect.
Either Antriksh or Varushni, you guys can look over the chat and you guys can comment. And if some questions need to be a verbal oration, you can do that too.
Perfect, sir. That sounds like a good idea. This is what we'll do moving forward. Right. So to talk about MBA, apart from academics, MBA is also about life, right? It's also about not just making networks, it's about making friends, having fun, making memories, and learning along the way. And this is where SCMHRD comes as well. Located in Pune, SCMHRD offers you a lot of things. Example of it would be only day before yesterday, we had a Ganesh Utsav in a college. The whole college was filled with lights. We had drums, music, people were dancing. It
So
was a
Medhansh,
great
I have
atmosphere.
again one suggestion. I am sorry to cut
Okay.
you in between, है ना?
No,
What
no
you
issues,
guys
sir.
do at SCMHRD before that, if you will be sharing your journeys, how you reached there. right?
Okay,
It will be a great
perfect.
idea for all of you, है ना? कि the
Sure.
SNAP strategy of yours, whatever you followed and all those, and then when we can do all these, so it will be more interactive, I guess so.
Got it, sir. So SNAP is something which we'll cover later on, but as you can suggest, we can go ahead with our journeys. So I
Yeah,
can go ahead first.
yes, that will be better for them, है ना?
Perfect.
Yeah.
So hey, as I mentioned, I'm Medhansh Gupta. I scored a 99.50 in my SNAP, and I am currently pursuing sales and marketing from SCMHRD. I graduated in 2024. I pursued BCom honors from St. Xavier's College, Kolkata. And it was my second year attempting for competitive exams. So I get where you're coming from, the nervousness, the excitement. And this is where I believe SNAP plays a different role. Because unlike other entrance exams where you just have one shot, and if say something bad happens, आपकी तबीयत खराब हो गई, you are not at your best, you lose out, right, on your year's hard work. SNAP gives you three opportunities to prepare and better yourself with every attempt. And to talk about my strategies a bit is I started giving mocks a bit early on because time SNAP is a bit time-based exam, right? So you need to be in the flow. You need to get in the flow of solving questions. You need to familiarize yourself with the questions in order to grasp it a bit fast. I guess Antriksh and Varushni, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so pretty similar journeys, I guess, right? So I too started with my mocks pretty early. I mean, for me, mocks have always been the key. They've always been, how you sort of prepare yourself. You have all the material here. You might have it in front of you, but how you sort of apply it to, your liking is something that really matters. So I'm from Delhi, right? I have done my bachelor's from IP University. I did the course called BJMC, which is Journalism and Mass Communication. So doing that, after that, I worked for 2 years, as I just mentioned, right, in I could say the media department. And then I decided that I'd want to do an MBA. So so my preparation was more or less the same. It was revolving around mocks. It was revolving around not just sort of getting through the syllabus. It was more about analyzing, right? So this is the questionnaire. Even if I was getting wrong, so you don't have to plain and simply just look at your score and feel that you did well in this, you did well in that. So the difficulty level of the mocks of whatever you're preparing might change here and there. So you need to analyze. So analysis, as everyone keeps saying, analysis is the key. So focus on analysis, right? So if you give a mock, you have to look out for where you went wrong, what you could have done better, what topics, or not just topics. Look at the subtopics, right? So what subtopics are you lacking? Are you lacking a bit in the calculation department? Because calculation is something that we don't tend to take very seriously at the end, and then we realize when we are putting pen to paper that it's taking more time than we thought it would. Because seeing the question, you might think that it's a skimmer for a minute or 30 seconds, but when you get put pen to paper, you sort of feel that 90 seconds, okay, we're down 80 seconds. And then that really matters a lot in an exam like SNAP, which is 60 questions, 60 minutes. So, I mean, yeah, that's more or less, it's really about how you prepare in your mind. And then when you get onto the job on the day itself. So yeah, Varushni, if she has something more to speak. Yeah.
Your voice is a bit low now, Antriksh. Yeah.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Yes, I was just saying, I hope I was audible throughout, all the way.
Yeah.
I was just saying that if Varushni has something else to add, so yeah, I'd like her to take the stage.
Varushni.
Yeah, sure. So my SNAP journey was completely different. Like I mentioned earlier, I worked for 3 years before joining my MBA. So I had to balance both my work and I had to balance my MBA preparation as well, which is definitely not easy for me. But then I made sure that I prioritize my task. I made sure that I spent at least 2 to 3 hours, every day to just do mocks. And I started my SNAP preparation around the month of September. And I made sure to take mocks at least once in every 3 days. And I not only did I ensure to take mocks, but I also made sure to sit down and analyze each and every question. I made sure that I learned where I'm going wrong, why am I going wrong, and there are certain topics that I found myself very weak in. So I made sure to improve myself in certain topics. And I also made sure to play with my strengths because at the end of the day, SNAP is a time-based exam, and you need to make sure that you play as per your strengths. So intensive mock preparation, proper analysis after each and every mock, and also making sure to take care of my mental health is something that really worked out for me during my SNAP preparation, and I would really suggest the same to all of you as well.
Perfect. Yeah, now we guys can move towards this festivals wala season that we were going through.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I was mentioned that we do celebrate a lot of festivals, a lot of festivals throughout the year. It's a very inclusive community. We have Onam, we have Durga Puja here as well, Ganesh Chaturthi, to name a few. Apart from that, we have great bonding exercises, activities with the seniors as well. As you can see on the third photo, we have a signature day wherein we show our appreciation towards our seniors. We sign their t-shirts with all the fun-filled memories we had, anything we got to learn from them. Apart from that, I'm sure all of you would have certain interests and hobbies as well. Matter of fact is that we have 14 clubs and committees in SCMHRD. So if you want to be like us, where we get the opportunity to meet with new people and talk to them about SCMHRD, about how they are, you can join the admissions and PR team. If you are interested in photography, videography, we have media and PR. If you want to be a part behind organizing such cultural events, we have cultural committee. Then we also have an annual fest named Neve. You can be a part of the Neve. You can learn as to what goes behind having an event in such a big scale. We have clubs and committees for, say, even analytics. We have supply chain. So anything you want to learn, even if you're a bit interested, you have the opportunity to develop and hone the skills in that particular field as well. And if you are interested in sports, then voila, we have a sports team. We have a cricket team, football team, tennis team, chess team, everything. You name it, we do it here, right? So yeah, moving on. And yeah, go on, Antriksh.
Yeah, I was just wanting to address a couple of queries, right? Although we have mentioned them in the chat, I just want to reiterate it out so that everyone here can listen. So there was I think a small doubt about some internship experience, right? And they had worked as a student assistant as part-time, so they've given the information about their whole internship. So yes, the thing is that internship experience is not counted as your work ex here, right? And if you have a full-time work ex, right, with an organization and then you work there and stuff, so it can obviously be considered and subject to obviously eligibility. But yes, so if basically only full-time experience is counted and internship we don't really count, it can be a part of your CV. That's not a problem, right? So when you enter, you can always have it in your CV that you worked here and the projects that you did there. But when we're talking about eligibility and when you're talking about getting into the whole process, I think yes. So we don't count internship as work ex. And then I think there was another doubt. Yes, the roles offered, right? This is asked by Aniket, right? So yes, roles offered, as you can see there as well. So we have the general role of area sales manager, product manager, marketing analyst, and a lot more. So and you don't have to be nervous about that, right? You come here, you learn the skills, you read the material and you get through it. And there are certainly, as my friend Medhansh just showed that slide, right? We have your dream companies here, and we have folks hiring from here, so you don't have to worry about that. Right? You can go on, Medhansh.
So two questions are there that I guess aren't answered. One is, does SCMHRD offer any scholarships? And which mock series is the best you guys had chosen?
Perfect. So to talk about the scholarships, SCMHRD has 8 scholarships. What we can do, since it's a long list, we can put it in the chat. Our team can put the link of it in the chat as well. We have merit scholarship for IIT graduates. We even have for Northeast students, for economically weaker sections of the society as well. That is something, if you are interested to, we'll just put it in the chat box. You can have a look at it. And with respect to mock series, that's a great question. So personally, what I did is a matter of fact is that obviously you can take CATWay sectionals as well.
No. CATWay sectionals aren't there for SNAP. That's why they have asked the question. Else
Okay.
they didn't have asked.
Apart from that, what does SCMHRD do? So what do we as students do? We release mocks, right? So there is an event called Rookie, wherein we have sectionals, we also release mocks so that are curated by us as well. Since we have given so many mocks later on, we have curated it, considering in mind the pattern in which Snap goes. We'll definitely keep you posted about our mocks and sectionals. Apart from that, we suggest any material you can get hold
There are
of
limited number of
on.
mocks that you guys release, right? 2 or 3, na?
Yes, sir. So this year, what we are doing, we'll have 3 sectionals and 3 mocks.
Okay, all right.
That is something. And apart from that, we do also suggest any online material you can get hold of.
No, if you guys had taken any mock series, you guys can take the name of any institutes. That's not an issue at all. That should be advantageous for the students. Varushni, you or Antriksh, you, if you have taken the mocks of any institutes, you can take their names. That's not an issue. It should be advantageous for the student at the end. Yeah.
Right. See, I mean, it's not about being an issue. Like, so it's just that we have our own mocks, and we do curate them and design them ourselves, right? So after giving so many mocks, and so we also have the official mock which comes out. And apart from that, right, it's just about preparation. It's more about how you analyze, like how we just focused, right? It's more about the analysis part and how you take up that mock rather than focusing on what goes into it. Because see, the level is something that is consistent throughout. So any major platform that you're comfortable in and you're liking to, but that should not be an excuse to not analyze them properly or not attempt them properly. So focus should be on attempting and then analyzing and getting the best out of those mocks. And of course, reiterating it again, that we will be releasing those mocks and there'll be the official mock. So that is something you should really keep an eye on, because again, from the experience that we are carrying here and the insights that we have, I believe that we've curated it so that it helps out each and every aspirant that gives it out. So yeah.
All right. Yeah.
One more point from my end, adding on to what Medhansh said. So we have this event called Rookie that happens every year, right before the SNAP exam season starts. So not only do we give sectionals and full mocks, but we also make sure to post daily quizzes on our Instagram page as well. So that's something I would really suggest all the students to look out for, especially on our Instagram handles. And we will be sending the links for all of our pages. So please make sure that all the students are constantly updated and they're checking out our pages. We do provide a lot of materials and like small mock snaps and full-time snaps as well.
All right.
Yeah, so just a summary, something which I did personally was, like Antriksh mentioned, there is no particular website you can refer to, any big website. Just make sure that it is a consistent website, that the questions being asked are along the lines of past year questions. Snap past year questions are available, but also look at the year of the questions. Since Snap is an online-based exam, since the past 2 years, you wouldn't get the official question paper for it, right? But for the years prior, you do have access to it. Practice from that. Time yourself is something what we are repeatedly saying, and have a strategy in mind for that as well. So to talk about facilities, SCMHRD being a premier institute has a lot of facilities. If you are very passionate about your health, we have a gymnasium, we have a yoga center, we even have a swimming pool in our premise. And to talk about your safety, we have a health center, where we have a doctor who is present 24/7 to make sure that everything is fine. We have state-of-the-art library. We have computer labs, even a Bloomberg lab. So people who do not know about Bloomberg helps both students and teachers for research, wherein you can get access to all financial data and other research news and materials to help in your project and in general to boost your knowledge. We have cafeteria. So something which is very famous here is Simbeats. Simbeats is a place where all of us go. We sit late at night, do our case studies, work. It is open till late. We also have Urban Katta. And if you come here, do try out the hot chocolate, right? It's my recommendation. And of course, we have auditorium, we have a sports arena and convenience store, which has all your needs. So you do not need to go very far from the college, be it from minor things, from a pillow to even your blanket. Everything is available in campus as well. Right. Moving on. So to talk about our legacy, right? Our alumni. I'm sure that all of you are aware of Shark Tank. So, so our first alumni, Mr. Vikas D. Neher, he recently got featured as a guest shark in Shark Tank. He's the CEO and co-founder of Happilo. Apart from that, we have Abhishek Baheti. He was a co-founder who came on Shark Tank. He's the co-founder of Watch Out. We have Mr. Rishi Shah. Rishi Shah is the executive director at Morgan Stanley. Vipul Anand, the regional marketing head of Samsung. Mr. Amit, he's the chief delivery officer at BMW. Right? We have a lot of alums from various specs who are doing great in life. They are from different industries, working in different roles. So this is a testament of how updated our education is, how good our culture is, and all these peoples are the one who have solid support towards a current student as well. I remember it was a week back where we had a session with Sanika, right? And they actually keep you updated regarding what's going on in the industry and how do we as students need to up ourselves. They provide a mentorship and direction. So any college has a great set of alumni, and SCMHRD's strength is having alumni from such different areas. Yeah, moving on. Perfect. So as you know, getting into SCMHRD means you'll have to give a SNAP test, right? So to mimic that, to mimic the competition, we have designed a very fun quiz over here. So if you want, you can just, I suggest you to take out your phone, scan it. We'll have a quick quiz wherein we have 9 questions. You need to solve in 9 minutes, right? And the top 2 performers will get exciting prizes from our end. So we can take a minute or two to start the quiz. You can just scan and log in. It's a Google form, so it shouldn't take a lot of time.
Moving to the quiz, there are 3 questions that has been asked. We can, you guys can take that. First is what are the level of difficulty in comparison to CAT, especially in quant. Second is which section is easiest to score in SNAP. Can you arrange the section from easiest to difficult? That goes on in everyone's mind, right? And the last one is how is the preparation strategy of the English section of SNAP differs from exams like CAT or JAT.
Perfect. Sure. That can be done. So starting off with
Till that time, guys, those who want to scan and those who want to give the quizzes, you can take your mobiles out.
Yes, sir. It was just appreciated if each and every one of you could give the quiz because we've kept the top 2, people, aspirants would be getting the prizes. So we'd really hope each and every one of you have a shot at that. So it's a request from us that if you could just scan the code. But yeah, Medhansh, you can go ahead.
Scan the code and then till then Medhansh or Varushni or Antriksh, you guys can answer the.
Perfect. So just a point of fact, we have started the quiz. So you have time till around 9:16 and then we'll close the quiz, right? So first, good. Varushni, would you want to take the first question?
Yeah, sure, Medhansh. So Avinash has asked what are the level of difficulty in comparison to CAT, especially in the quant section. So we will be talking about this in detail in the slides yet to come, but I would still like to answer your question. So the structure of CAT and SNAP, as we know, is completely different. And the number of questions in each section is also completely different. But when it comes to SNAP, I think it comes down to the time and it comes down to accuracy. Whereas in CAT, it comes down to how many questions you're attempting and how accurate they are. But when it comes to SNAP, it's the number of questions that you're attempting. And as we said earlier, it's a 60-minute exam. All of us are aware that it's a 60-minute exam, and the total score for SNAP is 60 marks. So when it comes to quants, especially, I initially found it a bit difficult, regardless of whichever exam it was. So what helped me was again, I did a lot of mocks, and the type of questions that are asked in CAT is definitely different from the type of question that is asked in SNAP. So I would really recommend you to take a lot of SNAP mocks in particular to understand how the structure of quants questions looks like.
Perfect. So to answer to Aditya, which section is the easiest to score in Snap and arranging it? So I do believe this question depends from person to person, your background and your strengths. A few people find VA to be easier. So if you ask me, I found LR to be easier, not easier because I like solving puzzles and I like solving questions like these. So LR was the part which I actually wanted to attempt first always because I was very confident in LR. Post that, I used to do English, which is BA, and lastly, cons. I did not like cons a lot. However, yeah, with practice and with doing past year papers, I believe you'll be decently good in that as well. SNAP is a very student-friendly exam. Right. So you can play on your strengths a lot, provided that you need to know your strengths. So before ranking this, do not go with any set strategy as to Medhansh said this, so yahi karna hai. Have your own strategy. Try out a bit. That's where mocks come in. Try out a bit which strategy works the best for you and attempt your paper accordingly.
I mean, same. When Vedant said that he wasn't too big of a fan of quants, that's where I come in. I really like quants. I find myself very handy with calculation, and I believe all of those arithmetic questions. I myself am a very big fan of those. I really like to attempt arithmetic questions. So that was quite on the easier side for me. And exactly opposite of Medansh, I found myself a bit, in depths of despair, if I could say, for LR, right? I always sort of wanted to attempt it at the last. So yes. Meanwhile, while we were talking, I hope you guys are attempting the quiz, and because about I think 5.5 minutes are left. But yes, and English. See, English for me was. I won't say it was easy, but I also won't say it was difficult for me. I used to attempt it the way it was, but Medansh emphasized on the point that it's a student-friendly exam. So, you just don't get the chance to select a section. You can also move around while you're in the section. So it's a very important thing. And I really encourage all the aspirants to use it to your fullest strength. See the panel, see your screen properly, see mark is unread, or, flag the question and everything. Use those things because they come in really handy because a lot of the times when so this is just me speaking from personal experience because I believe we were aspirants as well, right? About just some time ago. So this is just something that we're giving off. So you have all of these features, right? And then at the last, you're juggling between what question did I leave or what question. So you're dependent on your brain that you're remembering. So use all of those sections and help yourself there, and you can toggle between sections. So whatever question you couldn't answer, you can just keep it there. So yes, that's something that I like to say.
Mani has one question. He has raised the hand. Mani, if you want to ask, you can unmute yourself up.
Yes,
But
go on, Mani.
it will be good, Mani,
Hi.
if you turn on your video, because they are trying to interact. That will be really cool with them.
Okay, sir. I'll just turn on my light. Yeah.
All right, Mani.
Also,
Yeah.
guys, it
So
would be really nice if all of you could participate
Yeah,
in
obviously.
this.
Okay.
We really like how interactive all of you are, but I think we can, if you guys are done with the quiz, then sure, please shoot
yeah.
your questions.
Also, just before Mani starts, I'd just like to say that, like we're talking, and I might understand that if some people, want some extra time, so we're just giving out 1 extra minute for the quiz. We just thought that 1 extra minute could be really used. So yeah, go on. Yes, 1 extra minute for the quiz. So, yeah, go on, Mani.
Yeah. Hi, sir. So I have my master's degree from Germany. So I have studied there completely for free. And during my studies, I have worked in a research institute as a student assistant. So basically, the part-time concept there is like you work for 20 hours, and either you can work in technical and non-technical. So I got my first technical job at a research institute there from a famous university. And like if you consider this as a work experience, I worked there for 2 years, 20 hours a week. If you consider it as full time, then it can be converted as 1 year full-time experience. So it's like if you work 20 hours a week for 2 years, then if it can be considered as full-time experience for 1 year. Like, will that be any consideration for work experience there? I have that doubt, and also a 6-month internship in a company there.
Mani, first of all, let me tell you, fantastic range of experience, right? I mean,
Yeah,
working in another country and the description that you gave. The
exactly.
thing, right? The thing here is that so whatever your certificate holds, right? So you
Yeah,
must have
yeah,
gotten a proof of whatever you worked and how you worked,
exactly,
right? So whatever it
exactly.
holds, if it holds the permanent, permanent work X,
Mm-hmm.
then of course it will be considered if it obviously meets all the eligibility conditions. But if it's an internship, like we've reiterated, that internship is very much an integral part of your CV, once
Mm-hmm.
you come in. But as far as, in terms of the eligibility and how you see, we only take the work X, right? The permanent work X, right? So you being a permanent employee for the company that you're working in. So that's something that you need to be wary of. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Because I have that question. Like, if you ask for a permanent work, then I have half-time work experience for 2 years. So that was my major question. And that too, my experience was more related to the autonomous cars and data analysis and analytics. So
Again,
yeah,
yeah, go on, Varushni. Go ahead.
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
So, it kind of depends on the kind of work that you did. I have a lot of friends who are in like Germany and US as
Mm,
well. They've done their work as a research assistant and
yeah.
like with the kind of experience that you also have. But it comes
Mm-hmm.
down to the type of company and what kind of, so mostly for people, when we're considering people who are coming from a work ex background, we make sure that they have a full-time work ex.
Oh, yeah.
So internships and half-time work experience does not count as full-time work
Okay.
ex. So if you
Okay.
have
Okay.
like a job offered with a proper relieving letter and all that comes with it, then sure, that can be considered as a full-time work ex. And especially, and it's great to know that you have some background in analytics. If you'd really like to join the business MBA in business analytics program, it would be really good for such a
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
So
just
yeah.
another reminder that we're coming towards the end of our quiz. So anyone who's left up with some questions, I'd really request to finish the quiz up. So we'd be closing in about a minute. So or maybe anytime soon. Our team would be closing the link. So make sure to attempt the final questions that would be remaining there. Go on.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Perfect. So I guess we also had one more question from Aditya regarding the preparation strategy for English section of SNAP, right? So unlike CAT or ZAT, the passages in SNAP are a bit easier to read and smaller in size. It's not very lengthy. So, however, a few preparation tips would be to focus more on the basics of grammar, on basics of English, study antonyms, synonyms, learn more about verbs, adverbs, and all those related things. Those are a few questions which we have seen coming repeatedly in SNAP. And whatever question comes, if your basics in grammar are great, you can actually go about it, right? And perfect. So now the time for quiz is over, and we wouldn't be considering any further responses for that. If you are left with 1, 2 questions, do it. But very sorry, we wouldn't be considering you as contenders for the prizes, right? And perfect. So if any of you can give any feedback regarding how was the quiz, a bit difficult, easy,
In the chat box here
Can be
on.
completely honest, guys.
Guys, if you want to comment on the test, you can. No? And then Aman has one question. Doable. Pratham says it was doable. The quiz was doable. One more question from Aman is there. What is the safe score to qualify to SNAP? I guess it's 45 or 42 to 46, right?
So, sir, as you know, right, it keeps changing,
It's
right?
changing
So,
every year. But yeah, last year I guess it was around that range only. 47 or 48 was giving a 99.5 plus.
Yes, so exactly. So it's more to do with how the year has been and what is the difficulty. So, but we here don't try to go into the test with that mindset. The mindset should always be trying to do the maximum number of questions without sacrificing the accuracy, because we have to remember that we also have negative marking here. So the you need to have an open vision when you go into the paper, the exam, and you have to always remember that judge every question on its merit. Don't have preconceived notions as to how many you need to attempt, or this is the ceiling that you want to go. You need to be very open, and trust me, it has made a doable, a notable difference in my mock subject, because I used to set a ceiling for myself that if I get this, it's nice. But you don't know, what is the level of difficulty this year and how it's shifted from the previous year. So keep an open mindset, judge every question on its merit, trust your instincts, trust your preparation, because if you've studied, you will obviously be able to answer the question there. And we have a lot of feedback for how the quiz was. So someone says, Pratham says doable. Yes, so Pratham is on the right track, then we believe, right? Says doable. Amod says moderate to difficult. Fair enough, fair enough. Aditya says doable, moderate. So we have all sorts of responses here. Ella questions were quite tricky. I mean, I would believe the same. Medhansh wouldn't, right? Medhansh should find those questions easy, but I wouldn't. And geometry was a little bit moderate, right? Fair, fair. So we have all sorts of responses here.
Perfect. So what we can do while our team works on the back end and make sure who won the quiz, we can move forward. Varushni, you can take it from here.
Sure. Thank you, Medhansh. I think this is like one interesting section that all the students are waiting for. They want to know all about SNAP, and that's what we're here for. So talking about the bifurcation of the exam pattern, it's the same pattern that just like last year. So this year, again, we have three sections. The first section being general English, which will have questions around reading comprehension, verbal reasoning, and verbal ability. And there's going to be a total of 15 questions in this section. The second section is all about analytical and logical reasoning with a total of 25 questions. And the third section is quantitative, which also includes questions around data interpretation and data sufficiency, which has a total of 20 questions. So all around, we have a total of 60 questions. And like we mentioned earlier, this is going to be a 60-question exam that's gonna go on for 60 minutes. So here, time and accuracy will play definitely a huge role. And we will be talking about certain tips and strategies which were useful for all of us and how to navigate about this exam. So coming to the marking scheme, we'll get +1 for every correct answer, and we'll have a detection of -0.25 for every incorrect answer. So for every 4 incorrect answers, you basically lose 1 mark. So you have to be very strategic about the questions, the number of questions that you attempt. And the best part of SNAP for me is basically you can attempt not 1, not 2, but 3 attempts on a whole. So this is a very huge advantage that's been given to you. And as a student, I would really recommend you to give all the 3 attempts, because you'll never know which attempts works for you. For me personally, I thought the second attempt worked for me because I was very confident right after the exam. But luckily, my third attempt worked much, much better. So after each and every attempt, I made sure to analyze whatever happened after the exam, and it made me stronger. It made me analyze my answers better. And more the attempts, of course, the better the opportunities that you'll get, and you can maximize your score in this manner. Can we please move to the next slide, please? Yes, so this is a very important slide that all of us should note down. We have all the important dates here, so feel free to take a screenshot or a photo, and we will be, all these dates are available on our official website as well. So as we all know, the SNAP registrations are open, and the last day for SNAP registration is on 20th of November. So please register as soon as possible, because the earlier that you register for SNAP, the better the probability for you to get an exam center, which is pretty next to your home. So you definitely wouldn't want to miss this at all. And also to definitely highlight, we have a separate registration for SCMHRD College as well, for which the last registration date is 5th December. So make sure to apply for both the SNAP exam as well as the SCMHRD College and the programs under it separately. Coming to the dates, as I mentioned earlier, there are 3 attempts for which you can give SNAP a shot. So the first SNAP attempt is on 6th of December. The second SNAP attempt is on 14th of December. And the third SNAP attempt is on the 20th of December. So you can notice that there's almost a week gap between each and every attempt, which gives you a sufficient amount of time to rejuvenate, prepare, and do better for each and every attempt. And also the admit cards for each and every attempt will be given almost a week prior to the day of the exam. And another date that all of us will be looking forward to is when the results will be announced. And tentatively, it's going to be announced on the 9th of January of 2026. And this is also another very important slide that all of us were looking forward to. All of us are wondering about how to prepare for SNAP, what are the topics that have to be covered, and we have it all here. And before I start, this is not the exhaustive list of all the topics that have to be covered, but we felt that these were more prominent topics to be focused, to shed more focus on for each and every section. So there are 3 sections, so let's take it one section at a time. The first section being general English, you'll find a lot of questions around vocabulary, reading comprehension, grammar, and some parajumbles as well. And like my friend Medhansh mentioned, the reading comprehension here is a bit it's very easy to understand. It's very short, and it's a very easy way to score marks as well, according to me. And the second section is analytical and logical reasoning. And this is a very interesting section because you have a lot of questions around puzzles, blood relations, clocks, and a lot of data sufficiency questions as well. And for me personally, analytical logical reasoning was my strength. This was one of the sections that I made sure that I attempt first because I really thoroughly enjoyed answering all these questions. Coming to the third section, it's quants. So you have a mix of data sufficiency and data interpretation questions as well, where there'll be questions around tables and other data visualizations. And again, the main quant topics are arithmetic and algebra, and you'll have to be pretty strong in quants as well. So these are all the various number of topics that can be that you can find in the SNAP exam, but there's definitely much more to it. Moving on to the next slide. Yes, so coming to the myths about SNAP. So before I jump into this slide, do you guys have any myths that you've heard about SNAP or anything that you've heard from your friends or anything that you personally think so far? Feel free to unmute or you can,
You can either unmute yourself or you can type in the chat section.
yes. Okay. If there's nothing in the chat box, then I will move ahead. So one of the major advantages of the SNAP exam is that there's no sectional cutoffs at all. So please do not feel the pressure in case you have certain strengths and certain weaknesses. Definitely you can play with your strengths, and at the end, the overall score matters, regardless of how many questions that you've attempted in each and every section. Coming to the second myth, lengthy passages in VRC, like Medhansh said, and like I said earlier, most of the RC questions that you find are very short. They're very easy to understand, and they circle more mostly around vocabulary and grammar as well. So it's essential for you to know a bit of basic grammar and develop your vocabulary in the course of time. Coming to the third myth, SNAP is just like CAT, which is definitely not the case because the structure is completely different. And SNAP is just a 1 hour exam with a total of 60 questions. So here again, speed and accuracy plays a very pivotal role. And you can achieve accuracy and speed by doing a lot of mocks, which is exactly the last point that we're talking about. Mocks are definitely important. The more mocks you give, the better the chances of you scoring better after each and every mock. And this will also help you to manage your time better, and it will also help you to play with your strengths and strategically attempt the number of questions and the type of questions on the day of the exam. Coming to the fourth myth that's there, you need to attempt all questions again. But this is not the case because please keep in mind that there is going to be a deduction of 0.025 marks for every incorrect answer. So you need to make sure to play along with the strengths, and accuracy definitely will play a pivotal role in your final SNAP score. And coming to the fifth myth, only engineers can crack SNAP. No, I know there is a myth coming, especially because engineers really learn a lot of fonts, learn a lot of maths in the engineering subjects as well. But our curriculum is very vast in such a way that it can be attempted by anybody, regardless of whichever background that they're coming from. I'm from an engineering background, and Medhansh and Antriksh both are from non-engineering background. So if they would like to give their experience of attempting SNAP, it would be great.
Yes, Varush. So Yeah, it's just a myth that because I do believe that the engineering aspect comes in play because engineers do have kind of a more analytical mindset. However, that does not play a role if you do enough quant questions and you know where the question is coming from, right? And with respect to LR questions as well, it happens with practice. You just need to know the method behind how things work, like blood relations, clocks, calendars have a certain method for it. If you know the method, and I'm sure all of you are smart enough to apply your common sense and tweak the method in a way. So that is something you'll obviously excel at as well.
I mean, same for me as well. You can get an edge, but I mean, it isn't that only engineers can crack. So you don't have to worry anything about that. Again, you just need to be thorough with your preparation and just look forward, identifying your weaknesses and then working towards them, and retaining your strengths and polishing them more. And on a similar line, right? I think we have a question which says, "Is it true that Snap is easier than CAT?" I've heard it so. I mean, we can understand, right, your question, and we can understand the concern where it's coming from, but we have to think it in a way that it's a student-friendly exam. SNAP is and has always been a student-friendly exam, just from the point of you being able to toggle between sections, between questions, right? So playing to your strengths, being able to identify what you want to do first, and then taking on to the next. Secondly, it's a different exam. It's a speed-based exam. So if you take out the average, the simple math would be 60 minutes, 60 questions. So 1 minute per question, right? That is how you have to approach it, right? So it's a speed-based exam. You have to look out again for your strengths. So I wouldn't go on the weighing scale of easy and difficult. I would rather say that it's a different exam. It checks your strengths and weaknesses differently, and then you have to again react and adopt differently, and basically have different strategies. So yes, that's where I stand.
Thank you, Antriksh. Also, I would like to focus on the fifth myth again. I have friends that come from diverse backgrounds. I know a friend from a history background. I know a friend from a psychology background. So at the end, it doesn't matter from which academic background you're from. All of us are here in this program together, and you can definitely crack SNAP. So please don't feel a bit insecure or down if at all you're not from an engineering background. Regardless of whichever background you're from, this SNAP exam is very friendly, and you can definitely give this a try. Moving on to the next slide. Yes. So again, these are some insights to crack SNAP. Like all of us have been reiterating multiple times, it comes down to speed. It comes down to accuracy because it's a 60-minute exam where you'll have to attempt 60 questions. And at the end, you should also be very strategic about it. It's not like you have to attempt all the questions. Because there is a negative marking in the picture where you will lose a 0.25 for every incorrect answer. So that's something that we'll always have to keep in mind. And again, since it's for 60 minutes, time management is a huge skill that we should be developing in the course of time. And that can only be done if you give intensive mock preparation. So mocks is like one of the best. Mocks and previous year question papers are a very good strategy for you to practice so that you can get better after each and every attempt, and you can manage your time better in the course of time. And also coming to mental resilience, I'm sure all of us would feel a bit anxious on the day of the exam. It's always better for us to take breaks during the course of our preparation, and also feel a bit calm and composed as much as we can on the day of the exam, because it is very important for us to be focused and attempt as many questions as we can in the very limited 60 minutes that we have. Moving to the next slide. Yes, so let's talk about how the admission process at SCMHRD works. So after we give our SNAP exam, our entire SNAP score is scaled down to 50. So that constitutes to the 50% of the entire SNAP percentile. Now now you guys might be wondering where the other 50% comes from, and that's exactly what you can see here. The 40% is from the personal interaction, and then the remaining 10% is something that will that you can score after performing your group exercise. So these are the different rounds or stages that we have during our admission process. And please keep in mind that it is definitely essential for you to be present and attempt all these three sections in order for you to be considered eligible for the merit list and waiting list, which will be released after your admission process gets over next year. Yes, so this is also a very important page, and I would really suggest all of you to take out your phones and scan the QR code that you can see here. So the reason why we have this slide up is because there's been multiple sites where you can find SNAP registration websites, but this is a more credible source that we are giving a very easy way to go to our page. And it's also essential to keep in mind that you should also apply for the programs that come under each and every college and not just the college. You can take a look at the screenshot that we have pasted towards the right, where we have enabled the checkbox right next to SCMHRD and also the programs that come under it. So please ensure to enable the checkbox for not only the college, but also for the programs that you'd like to opt out for. We will be giving you some time. You guys can take out your phones and scan the QR code that you see in front of you.
We also have pasted the link in the chat box, so you can even go to that link, or you can scan, like whatever way you're comfortable. And as Varushni just mentioned, right, that you don't have to just stop there. You can see in the screenshot, right, you can like in order for you to be eligible for the admission here, you have to check box the options where you can see SCMHRD and the different courses that we offer, right? So, and yes, you can also look to scan right now, register, and don't so that you don't fall into all of the fake sites that might come up. So you can even try to bookmark the link right now. It really helps you out, as in when we get closer to the date, you tend to get nervous about the sites and their validity. So yes, you can do that.
You guys can scan if you want, all of you, the you want.
And one suggestion for my end, it would be really great if all of you can register for both SNAP and SCMHRD as soon as possible. Like you mentioned earlier, the earlier you apply for SNAP, the better the chances you'll be getting an exam center right next year, pretty next to your home. So
Only there are two good colleges, SCMHRD as well as IBM Pune, that we all suggest, yeah. And then operations people might opt for SIOM Nasik too. These three colleges, yeah.
I think we also missed a question earlier. I think it was regarding geometry and how you need to be prepared for right, geometry. Like there's this thing about CAT that it says that it's arithmetic heavy. I cannot find the question just next to me,
There
so I've
was one
just
question I'm
right.
out, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Any tips for to prepare better for geometry? Does SNAP give more weightage to any particular topic? CAT is arithmetic and algebra heavy.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So again, I'd reiterate the same thing, that mocks will be your key to success, right? So whatever the material sir is providing, I'm sure he's providing with all of the rigor and hard work, right? So you please keep referring to that, whatever sir says and whatever the method sir is telling you guys to follow. Make sure to follow it, and then just trust your instincts and your preparation, and discuss your weaknesses with sir, with your mentors, whichever are available. And then you have to just think that there is equal weightage to each type of question. So you just have to make sure that you prepare each topic thoroughly. You don't have to look at one particular topic and then give it some extra time. You need to identify your weaknesses and then give it equal time.
So Himanshi has one question. Could you please explain if there is any reservation policy for category students?
Perfect. Yes, Samachi. So to answer your question, with respect to category students, firstly, we do have something for category students, starting off with the minimum eligibility. It is 50% for the general students. However, it is 45% marks in graduation or say class 12 to be eligible to apply for SCMHRD. And with respect to the seats of category students, we can send you the website. A member from our team can paste it, and you can go and read it through. Whatever suits or applies to you, you can have a look at it.
also, I think we have one more question by Karthik. If we register a bit late for SNAP, do we get a center as per our preference? Honestly, you may or may not get the center, but as far as we've noticed, a lot of us have gotten centers pretty close to our home if we register as early as possible. So that would be our straight up recommendation. If at all you guys have any queries regarding applications, feel free to reach out to our emails and our social media handles as well.
Any other questions, or we can wrap it up, Antriksh, because I have another meeting to catch up. I had stated that to Stuti also, है ना? So actually the scheduled time was till 9:30.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Let's just wrap it up, sir. Just last couple of slides, then let's just wrap.
Sure.
Yes, yeah, sure.
Aditya is saying thanks a lot for the useful session and for your time, sir. So commendable
we'll-
work, guys. है ना?
Thank you, sir.
So-
I think we can just take a couple of minutes and we'll be
Yeah.
done with our slides. So, if all of you remember, Antriksh and Medhansh, they were constantly stressing about something new and something exciting that's going to be relieved at the end. And it's nothing other than Strategy 2.0, which is our flagship case competition event that we're going to be conducting this year. So this is a very great opportunity for all students to get a glimpse of how case competitions work, because MBA schools is not just about placements or academics. And case comp is like a very unique element that's going to be like that you will be finding in any B school. So we have our own event, and that's split up into 3 stages. Number one being an aptitude quiz. Number two being a case solving workshop and a case launch, where we'll not only be launching the case scenarios, but we'll also be giving some tips and strategies as to how to go about the case. And at the end, the finalists will also get a golden opportunity to visit the campus. They will be presenting their case to our to people in our campus, and it's a very great opportunity for them to visit SCMHRD even before joining our college. So definitely, I would recommend all of you to try this out. It will be a very great experience for all of you. And the QR code is also there. Maybe can we go back to the previous slide? If you guys can take a photo or scan the QR code as well, this takes you guys to the OnStop page where we've published our case competition event.
So guys, the best thing that I liked personally about the SCMHRD is its location, surrounded by all the companies. I had gone there in 2019 or something, 2020, I guess. Right, surrounded by all the companies, and there are plethora of companies in the midst of the cities. It is located, so that is one very good thing that I liked about SCMHRD. So that's how it is.
Yes, sir. Location plays a big factor, sir. And we're amidst, as you just said, right, for all the companies in between. So
Yeah.
even we take it as a very big, in our pride and as our advantage, right?
True.
And the link has also been posted in the chat box below. Please feel free to register for our case competition event. Next slide, please. Yeah. So I think we have come to the end of the session. First of all, I would really like to thank sir for helping us arrange this session. And it was really a really great opportunity for us to also directly interact with the students. And I'm sure all of the students are very interactive. They kept shooting us with questions, and I hope we did justice to all their questions. We had a great time. And Antriksh and Medhansh, would you like to add anything?
Yes, so this is where every student thanks a lot for your participation. However, there were two students who stood apart, and I'm talking about the winners of the quiz, right? So Pratham Pandey and Anurag, if you can unmute, both of you did tremendously well in the quiz, and thank you for participating. We are really excited to hear from you if you are here.
Pratham, you are here. Anurag, are you here?
Perfect. Pratham says thank you.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, Anurag, you are also audible. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I would say it was a good quiz. It was more like the SNAP exam that I had attempted last year. So yeah, it was a nice practice.
Perfect. Great, Anurag. So I hope yours and Pratham's email in the form was correct. Keep a look out on your email ID, on your inbox. You will get some exciting vouchers from our end. In the meanwhile, all of you, thank you for interacting. Keep practicing. If you have any doubt, you can reach out to us on our socials. You can ask us any questions. It is handled by us students as well. We know how important, how crucial this time is for you and how tense you might be. Obviously, sir is there to help you regarding everything. But if you need to know anything in specifics as to how you should approach a particular situation, do reach out to us as well.
So
Yes.
they might connect with you guys on LinkedIn portals too, if you guys are cool with that.
Yes, sir. We
Perfect,
have
sir.
the QR code for the same that you can see here. So this will redirect you to a Linktree page where we have links of all the social media platforms that we're present in. So all the students can scan the QR code as well. And also to add on, if we had time, we would have showed you a video of how life at SCMHRD looks like. But in the interest of time, we have attached a link of the same video in the chat box. So all the students can please feel free to take a look at it. It's on YouTube. It's a really fun and interesting video. I really liked this video before joining college, and I'm sure you'd feel the same way.
All right, guys. Just 1 second. I guess the presentation is over, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let me take the access back, host access back. Yeah, all right, perfect. All right, guys, if you have any other queries, so you guys can shoot them up on their Insta handles or any of the platform that you like, and then they will be responding to you guys as soon as possible. So we can wrap it up here, right?
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much again. Big thanks to you again for arranging this. It was our pleasure. So, thank you so much.
Anytime.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. It has been a great session.
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
everybody. All the best for your Snap journey.
Bye, guys. I'm ending
Thank
the
you.
session, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
And thanks to you guys too, for
Thank you so
taking
much,
out the time and helping the students. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Anytime.